Welcome back to part 2 in this series of reviews on the E-tron. I hope you enjoyed the last video. This video is the range tests. So basically what it is I fully charge the car, then take it down to about 10 to 15% and see what sort of range I get. You know, I use this car for just everyday daily use, you know, family, some commuting. I go to London a couple of days a week, so there's a good range of different styles of driving, from a bit of motorway, country lanes, a bit of city, short journeys and slightly longer journeys. So a good representation, I feel, of what a normal family car will go through. So what I'll do is I'll do a full range test in the comfort mode, and also I will do a full range test in the eco mode, just to see what we will get. Now, I have already charged it up yesterday to full charge, and I've used it just for a few miles, so I'll just quickly show you the charge levels and everything. So as you can see, at the moment we're on 96%. This is the data so far. So we've done 6.6 miles. So what I'll do is I'll catch up with you again once I have run that down to about 10 to 15%. I will then go to a rapid charger and we'll go through the charging procedure, and then we'll do the same test again but in the eco mode. So I hope you enjoy these videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe, it really helps. Hit the like button and smash the notification bell, and I'll catch up with you later. So we've come to the end of the first full charge range. So as you saw earlier, I charged it up to 100%, and I've been driving it in comfort mode for the last few days. I'll show you where we've got down to, so let's have a quick look. As you can see, we've got 7% battery left. So we've used 93% battery. Let's see what range we got then, shall we? So here we go. We have done 191.6 miles. Average speed 25 miles. This is the big thing on this car, is the efficiency. As you can see, I've done 2.4 miles per kilowatt hour, which is pretty atrocious really, but understandable in such a massive big vehicle. It's not particularly aerodynamic. If you've seen some of my other reviews, like on the ID3 and the Kona, you know, you're getting things like 4 miles per kilowatt hour, 4 to 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour. So, you know, a lot more efficient. So with this car, it's got a much bigger battery, so as it's so inefficient, it needs a bigger battery to give you a fairly decent range. But to be honest, 200 miles, less than 200 miles on a charge this day and age in a car this expensive isn't too great. You know, I would be expecting, if I'm paying £80,000 on a car, that I'd be getting 300 miles plus. So what I've done is I've come to the Shell charge station. This is a 50 kilowatt charger. And what we'll do is we'll take it from 7% up to 80% and see how long that takes on a 50 kilowatt. I'll then take it up to 100% charge, and we will do the next range test. So we're now at the Shell recharge station. Just gonna get set up. I'll show you how we do this. I use the I've got a Shell recharge card. So we just use this. So choose CCS. I'll go and plug the cable in. So let's grab the CCS cable. So that's all plugged in. So connecting. Hopefully it all goes through okay. And we start charging. Yep, there we go. 7%. and we have started. So we'll update you in a bit to see how quickly we're getting the charge. So we are now plugged in and charging. It's saying 1 hour 33 minutes remaining. So let's just see how quickly we can get this charged. So we've just done over half an hour. I'm just about to unplug the car. As you can see, we've taken it from 7% up to 43%. The speed's 133 mile per hour or 50 kilowatts at the moment. So, you know, not a huge amount of charge in that time. But what you need to bear in mind is that this car is capable of charging at much faster speeds. So I will take it to a 150 kilowatt charger and do the same test and just see how quickly we can do, you know, a 30-minute charge there, see how much we get into the battery. So I will catch up with you on the next charge. So we've now just finished the second range test, and I was actually recommended online through a comment that I should use the auto function for drive mode, which is what I was, which is what I chose and I've used for this test. You know, I was told that it should give me the best range as it's adaptive to how you drive, etc. But to tell you the truth, it really isn't. And I'll just show you the data right now. So as you can see, we have done 149.1 miles. We've got 39 miles left in the range, it says, but only an average of 2.2 miles per kilowatt. I'll just show you that we've got 18% battery level left. So all in, you know, we're looking at, you know, 190 miles, so, you know, less than 200 miles on auto. So fairly disappointed with that, especially as the temperatures have been pretty mild as well. So I am now back at the BP Pulse superchargers. I think this is the 175 kilowatt one. So I'm going to take it up to 100%, see how long that takes as well. And then we will do another test, this time in the eco mode, so that we can then test all three of the modes really to see which gives you the best. So let's get hooked up and get on with the charging. So here we are. Let's just get started on this. So we want the 175 kilowatt. Start. So we're now ready to start charging. Let's just plug this in. As you can see, we are starting on 18%, and we'll see how long it takes to get up to 100. So we're all plugged in and charging. It's saying 45 minutes to full, so let's see how that works out. So we finished charging now. We're up to 100%, and it took probably roughly about 35 minutes. I'll see exactly once I unplugged from the charger, but as you can see, we're now on 100%. It's given us a target range of 211 miles. So we'll do this range test now in the Efiiciency, and then we can compare all the three different driving modes at the end of the video to see which one worked best for me. So let's just go and unplug then. So as you can see, yeah, it took 37 minutes actually to get that charge from 18 to 100%, which is pretty impressive. So there we have it, yeah, 37 minutes in total to do 18% up to 100, so pretty impressive. What you will see as well from the the time-lapse video that I put up is that you'll see the charging curve, you know, drops off very quickly once you get past that 80% charge. So by the end we was only pulling about 50 kilowatts from a high of 150 kilowatts, which is to protect the battery as well. So I will catch up. So we've just finished the last of the range tests, which is the efficiency mode. So we've taken it down from 100% down to 13%, and this is the results. We've got 178 miles with 30 miles left on the clock, and an average of 2.4 miles per kilowatt hour. So a better result than when we had it on the Auto. So what I'll do is I'll compile all these three results and do a summary. So I will do that next. So this comes to the end of the range tests. As you've seen earlier in the video, we've done 3 full charge range tests, one in comfort mode, one in auto, and one in efficiency. And to be honest, it's the auto mode, which was suggested to me would get the best range, was the worst out of the 3. And I only averaged 2.2 miles per kilowatt hour. And on both the comfort and efficiency drive modes, I managed 2.4 miles per kilowatt hour, and roughly around the same miles out of the range. So slightly over, if I took it down, it would be slightly over 200 miles on both. So, you know, not massive range, but for a car that weighs 2.5 tons, you know, it's not too bad. And just goes to show that, you know, the efficiency mode really didn't make any difference. All of the journeys have been the same pretty much. Some motorway driving, central London driving, and country road driving where I live. So a good range of different drive modes. And what I'd like to sort of go on to now is, you know, I've done 800 miles in the last 3 weeks, and just sort of give you an overview of what the drive's been like. You know, I've quite enjoyed driving the car. It's got a really nice driving position. You know, as I've said earlier, it is a big car. It's like a tank. So you feel very secure in it. You sit high up and you just feel safe. You know, it's very wide and tall as well. You know, driving through the city in London has been a bit awkward in some places with the narrow barriers and stuff like that, but it still managed to get in. The actual comfort of the car as well, the actual driving is very smooth, and it's something you would expect in a German car as well. You know, they're drivers' cars, the Germans, the Audis, the Volkswagens, Porsches, Mercedes, you know, and you feel it. It's, you know, bearing in mind, I think it's 2,500 kilos. It's like probably one of the heaviest EVs on the road. It doesn't feel it. It's very nimble. It's got a very quick 0 to 60 for the size of the car, and it just pulls away. You know, it's got a good enough power for a large car, and it gets up to 70-80 miles an hour very rapidly. So you know, it's quite fun to drive around in. The seats are comfortable. The driving position I find very comfortable as well. And with all the different displays, the very large driver display in that, everything's very clear. So, you know, as a long-term car, you know, for driving purposes, I really like it, and I could quite happily drive in and out of London every day in it. So yeah, it's a big thumbs up to that. What I'll do is my next video will be the last one, as I've said before, I'm having a Tesla delivered at the end of October, so I'll do one more video, and that one we will focus on the infotainment and what the car comes with, basically. You know, this is a black edition. You know, it's an £80,000 car, but it isn't fully spec'd up, you know, so there is things that I think are essential for an EV that are missing, things like adaptive cruise control and that side of things. But we'll go through everything that come with this car on this spec. I hope you're finding these videos informative and enjoying them. If you do and you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, and then smash that notification bell. It really helps the channel, and if you could share it as well, be much appreciated. You know, happy driving, and see you soon.